Good morning guys, and this is Jester again of MTG Jester YouTube channel. So I woke up very early today in spite of sleeping at 12 midnight a while ago. Currently it's just past 3 in the morning. A good way to spend my early time is another box opening. So what can you see here in the screen is some boxes of guild kits. So we will go back or take down memory lane and check the 10 guild kits. So we will open one by one in each video. This may be our longest part of video since we started opening some MTG sealed products. So this will be again a 10-part video, and for that I think we need to reveal each kit before we choose which kit we will open in this video. So here, the one really visible to you, we have the Izet Guild Kit. So manned by Leave Me Said the Firemind. We will just put them aside so at least we can reveal all. What made me collect this box is the alternate art treatment of each legendary creature. That's really good addition for our legendary collections, especially the legendary creatures. So here we have also the Orzo Guild Kit, which is being manned by Teysa or Subsion. So this is the second art of Teysa of Subsion also. Then we have also here a Ghoul Guild Kit with Rurik Tar, the Unvowed. Then we have a Dimir Guild Kit with Etrata, the Silencer. We have also here a Simic Guild Kit with Zegana, Utopian Speaker. Then we have here a Boros Guild Kit with Aurelia, the War Leader. Then a Rakdos Guild Kit captained by Rakdos, Lord of Riots. Also we have here a Azorius Guild Kit, my favorite color combination in the Magic realm, captained by Xperia, the Supreme Judge. And the last two, a Golgari Guild Kit with Izuni or Izunai, Thousand Eyed. The last one is a Celestia Guild Kit with Tostani, Celestia's Voice. So I think in this video we will be opening the Azorius Guild Kit since this is my favorite guild. And because of that, since guild kits also doesn't have the surprise factor in them, because we already also know the list of the cards that we will be getting here, we will open also the trusted box of Mr. Janelle Dumlao. So we will get again a new pack from here until this one will be finished. So another pack here for each guild kit. Again, we will pick one now. So I think we will pick one Commander Legends Draft Booster Pack. For this one, we would like to thank Mr. Janelle Dumlao of Ordo Online Hobby and Card Shop for this one. And I would like also to thank Mr. J.R. Shan Tricorian of Nissan Hikaru Hobby and Card Shop for providing us with these 10 guild kits. But honestly, I got this guild kit maybe when they were released. So more or less it's already almost 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. You can comment down if I'm wrong. I wasn't able to open them when I gone for vacation last year because I think I was really busy by that time and I only have a limited time to open some products, and I prioritized opening I think drop boosters because the excitement was really there. But today at least we already are able to open some of this one or all of them to add to our legendary collection. So We will check each content also here, although the box already says that Azorius Senate here. It says, welcome to the Azorius Senate. Your membership has been approved to all proper channels. This box contains your official law enforcement kit and an insignia representing your new authority. Let justice be your guiding light. So, the contents of this box is one Azorius deck box here, then some 60 card Azorius deck, then an Azorius symbol sticker. So they have one sticker here inside, and an Azorius pin that we can see already here. And we have also 5 double-sided tokens and guild team inserts. Then a dice. So this dice is, I think, exclusive to this box because of the Azorius design. So enough of the talking. We will be opening it now. So I think this is the opening one. So this guild kit stayed in one of my boxes where I keep other cards, since I wasn't able to open it. So this one is the guild kit box. So it says the Azorius team here. It's a pretty normal box. Then the sticker. We have the sticker. Then like an invitational card or something, invitational pamphlet. So it says here, Azorius Senate Standards of Behavior. So for all Azorius representatives, obey all applicable laws, codes, and regulations. If you are unsure of what those might be in a given situation, learn them, and do not proceed until you have established the correct course of action. It is in fact much better to ask for permission than forgiveness. To be Azorius is to serve as an exemplary model of moral conduct for your fellow citizens. Avoid delinquent behavior such as appropriating the property of others, performing illicit spellcraft, even for good reason, gallivanting about with unleashed pets, traveling to restricted areas without a rite of passage, or committing violence outside approved instances of self-defense. Then always keep your uniform pressed and your armor polished in accordance with Regulation 654.2, Part 87, Section 2B. An unkempt appearance erodes your authority. Should you witness a criminal act, signal the Sky Hussars immediately and begin documenting occurrences and the details of the crime scene. If possible, preserve any important evidence yourself. Do not leave this task to the borough's patrollers. So we will not be reading the smaller part here because even me, I have a problem already reading. So I don't know how to decode this message of the Azorius one, but according to the lore, Azorius Senate is like the governing body of the Ravnica Guild. So it's like their government. So we have here the exclusive Azorius design dice. So it has also here the color, so white and blue. There. Then we have our guild pin and our exclusive altered art of Asperia Supreme Judge. So Asperia Supreme Judge is a 6-2 cast 6/4 legendary creature Sphinx that can be paid with 2 generic, 2 white, and 2 blue mana. So it has flying, and whenever a creature attacks us or a planeswalker we control, we may draw a card. So Hesperia says here, I serve only justice, but through that duty, I serve all of Ravnica. So there is our alternate art Supreme Judge Hesperia. So I think we will just set this aside and check the contents of our we'll just keep this one. So we'll check the contents of our deck. There you go. So this is our deck here. I think where's the opening here? Found it. So first card we already see is Pride of the Clouds. I don't know how many rares we have here, but I think we will just read them one by one. The rares. So we have here Pride of the Clouds, a 2 to cast 1/1 creature, elemental cat. So one of each Azorius colors, white and a blue. So it has flying and it gets +1/+1 for each other creature with flying on the battlefield. So it's good for flying team decks. So it has also the ability for cast, the first ability of Azorius from way back. So pay for 2 generic and Azorius color, blue, white. Reveal this card from our hand. Then we create 1 white and blue bird creature token with flying. So we can only activate the forecast during our upkeep. So there you go. Then we have here Sphinx of Foresight. So it's a 4 to cast 4/4 features pink, 2 generic and 2 blue. So says here we can reveal this card from our opening hand. Then if we do, we can sky 3 and at the beginning of our first upkeep. It has also flying since it's a Sphinx. Then at the beginning of our upkeep also, we scry 1. Then the Sphinx says here, I do not understand the future I see. The guilds subverted, the world at war, armies bent to a cruel conqueror's will. Then we have here the first version of Ravnica. So this is Ravnica of the 10th. So before she became the one from the Ravnica Legends, I think. So Ravnica of the 10th is a 5 to cast 4/4 legendary creature, human soldier. So 3 generic and Azorius color, 1 blue and 1 white. She has a protection from red. Then when she enters the battlefield, we detain each non-land permanent our opponents control with converted mana cost 4 or less. So to detain, until our next turn, those permanents can attack or block and their abilities can be activated. There you go. Then here we have Wind River. And this will be our first word also. Reeve or river. So here. So Wind River is a 5 to cast 1/3 creature elemental. So 3 generic and 1 Azorius colors. 1 white and blue. Also has flying. So it has 2 abilities for white. So we pay 1 white. We can activate any of this. So Wind River gains vigilance until end of turn. And the other one is it gets +0/+1 until end of turn. So it has also an ability that can be paid by blue. Also 2. So the other one is switch Wind River's power and toughness until end of turn. Then return Wind River to its owner's hand. The second one. So there you go. Then we had here also Hesperia the Inscrutable, the first version of Hesperia before she became the Supreme Judge. So Hesperia the Inscrutable is a 5 to cast 3/6 legendary creature Sphinx. So 1 generic and 2 Azorius in color, 2 white and 2 blue mana. So she has also flying since she's a Sphinx. Then says here when she deals combat damage to a player, which is a card name. Then that player may reveal their hand. If the card with the chosen name is revealed this way, we search our library for a creature card with flying. Then we reveal it and put it into our hand. So more likely a tutor with condition. Then we have Archon of Triumvirate. So this will be our second word also. So Triumvirate. There we go. So Archon of Triumvirate is 7 to cast force 5 creature Archon. So it's 5 generic and Azorius color. So white and blue mana. So it has also flying. Then when it attacks, we can detain up to 2 non-land permanents our opponent control. So it will not be able to untap and block and cannot be activated the ability until our next turn. And next we have a Unbreakable Formation, a 3 to cast instant, 2 generic and 1 white mana. So creatures we control gain indestructible until end of turn. And we have the Addendum ability, the third ability when we again visited Ravnica. So Addendum is if we cast this spell during our main phase, we put a +1/+1 counter on each of those creatures and they gain vigilance until end of turn. So basically Addendum is like the same as from Time Spiral ability. I forgot what ability that was, but this only occurs if we cast it during our main phase. So there you go. Then we have also here Detention Spear, 3 to cast enchantment, 1 generic and 1 Azorius color, 1 blue and 1 white. So when it enters the battlefield, we exile target non-land permanent not named at Detention Spear and all other permanents with the same name of that permanent. Then when this enchantment leaves the battlefield, we return the exiled cards to the battlefield under their owner's control. So there you go. Then next we have Render Silent, a counter spell. So it 3 to cast instant with Azorius combination and 1 blue. So 2 blue and 1 white. So it says here counter target spell. Its controller can cast spells this turn. The mage here says we have confiscated your spells as evidence. Once we conclude our investigation, you may petition to have them returned. Next we have Dovescape. So Dovescape is a 6 to cast enchantment. So 3 generic and 3 Azorius in colors combination. So either of the blue and white. Then whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, counter that spell. That player creates X 1/1 white and blue bird creature tokens with flying, where X is the spell's converted mana cost. So this one is also good for those blue-white affiliated creature-based decks. Next we have a Mythic. So Sphinx Revelation. I think this one showcases Speria. Huh? So Sphinx Revelation is a X3 instant spell. So X can be paid any amount and a white and 2 blue. So Azorius and blue. We gain life equal to X and we draw cards equal to X. Speria says here that the knowledge of absolute law inspire you to live a life of absolute order. There you go. Then we have a split card here, a Warrant and Warden. So I think this one is Warrant for Warden or something like that. So Warrant is a 2 to cast instant. So Azorius in combination. Put target attacking or blocking creature on top of its owner's library. Then Warden is a 5 to cast sorcery, 3 generic and Azorius in color, 1 white and 1 blue. Says here, create a 4/4 white and blue Sphinx creature token with flying and vigilance. So next we have our tokens. We have here some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bird tokens. which can be also 4 Taptor and 1 Sphinx. There. Also here we have 2 Judge familiars, then a Azorius Guild Mage, a Azorius Herald. So I think this will be our third word, Herald. So Azorius Herald is a 3 to cast 2 once creature spirit. That says, so this one will be paid with 2 generic and 1 white. So this cannot be blocked. Then when it enters the battlefield, we gain 4 life. Then when it enters the battlefield and blue is not used to play it in the generic, so we need to sacrifice it. So Augustine IV says here, as peace should be gentle yet unstoppable. We also have here the Stoic Ephemera. So Stoic will be our fourth word. So a Stoic Ephemera is a 3 to cast 5/5 creature spirit, 2 generic and 1 white to be cast. It has defender and flying. When this blocks, we need to sacrifice it at the end of combat. So this one all is only good for some chosen decks that doesn't care for creatures that stays in the battlefield. So maybe for sacrificial decks that net you life equal to its power or toughness. This one. So says here, someone says here in the art, life is fleeting and so is death. Only the oath is eternal. There we go. We have here a Courtosaur, a Hover Barrier, a Liev or Liev, Sky Knight, a Spirit of the Spires, a Azorius Justiciar or Justiciar, a Skymark Rock, a Sphinx of New Prob, a Windstorm Drake, a Scarhussar. Then we are already in our lands. So we have the set of Azorius Chancery, Bounce Land. Also have the set also of Azorius Guild Kit with only 2 art. We have the exclusive Mark Lands in Azorius. So they have the seal here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 planes with the Azorius mark. Then we have also the islands. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 for both. 8 islands and 8 planes with the mark of the Azorius. Then here we have also Sky Theater, 2 Azorius Signet, a Summary Judgment, a Azorius Charm, a Dramatic Rescue, a Queer Rune of Azorius, a Sphinx Insight, and a split card, Depose and Deploy. So that's all the content of our Azorius Guild Kit. So now we will need to proceed to opening or rather only revealing what's inside our Commander Legends draft booster. So it says here Commander Legend is a 20 card draft booster, not the usual 15 card draft booster that we got in sets. So now we will check. So we have here a Golem token. So it's only one-sided. So we have a foil Ghost of Ramirez Di Pietro. So this is the second production. Ramirez Di Pietro already printed from way back before dying, I think, because this one is already a ghost. Then we have Tuya Bearclaw. I think Tuya Bearclaw is the granddaughter or grandson of one of the Dragon Claws. So I'm not sure if Surak or the other one. Then we have Togo, Goblin Weaponsmith. There you go. Then our rare is a Dawnglade Regent. Then I think this will be also our last word. So Dawnglade Regent is a 7 to cast 8/8 creature elk. A 5 generic and 2 green to be paid. So when it enters the battlefield, we became the monarch. And as long as we are the monarch, permanents we control have hexproof. So here it says by Endril, Colonial Naturalist, every creature in the glade paused and stared. Overcome, I bowed to the beast. So there you go. This is our last word of the video. So Regent. Then we have here also Reclamation Sage, Phaeton Fleet, Swordjack, Golem Artisan, Staunch Throne, Guard, Prophetic Prism, a Stone Fury, Seraph of the Dawn, good for those collecting angels, Exquisite Huntsmaster, Moss Diamond, Scrounging Bander, a Armory of Iroas, Kitesail Skirmisher, Welding Sparks, Lifecrafter's Gift, and Scholar of Stars. Lastly, Renegade Tactics. So that ends our opening of a product